All right, everybody, welcome back to the Figure Kit Garage, fellow resin heads and kit builders. This is Dredd versus Mean Machine Work in Progress Part 2. Off camera, I decided to go ahead and do the details in the visor, namely the light reflections and the lower half of the visor, which is normally transparent. But since this is solid resin, it's kind of hard to do that, so I painted it a silver color. I actually used Vallejo's metal medium to do the silver and went back over it with the Archive X engine black, but heavily thinned down to where it was transparent. And I like the way it looks so far. The white reflections, I wound up using Tamiya tape and just drew out the template how I wanted it to look, cut out with an X-Acto knife, and used Createx Wicked Detail White to set that in. And I'm really happy with the result thus far. Also, off camera, I did all the edging around the sides of the helmet, as you can see. And what we're going to do in this part is we're going to color all this in with a base coat of Green Stuff World Fang White as the initial base coat color, and then we're going to go back in with Caboose Red from Archive X, which is what the edging is done in. But before I do that, I'm going to have to mask off all the blue, all of his skin. I've already got it started with Glad Press and Seal, which I have used before. Just another tool in the door to keep everything protected. But I've got a lot more to cover up, so I'm going to do that off camera. And when we come back, we'll get started on the painting. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. You can see I've got all the skin, all the blue on the helmet, completely masked off, the visor, right up to the edges where the red was initially done. So now we're going to take our Fang White, Green Stuff World, prop him up here so he doesn't fall over and stick to the shop towel. Like that. Just want to get a good even coat of this down, so even though I'm going back over the red edging, I'll be going back over that in red anyway, so it doesn't matter. But the Green Stuff World paints, like I said, their pigments are excellent. I did not have to thin this down very much for airbrush use, so that's a good thing. Put them off to the side and clean off the tip of my airbrush. A damn good coat. Paint covers incredibly well. Which is one of the reasons why I chose it to begin with. Especially with the blue. I think I've only got maybe, 3 full coats of just the base color blue is all it took to cover him up. As long as I don't oversaturate where the silly putty is at, should not have any bleed through whatsoever. All right, nice even base coat. I'm going to go ahead and clean this airbrush out. We'll come back and we'll get the Caboose Red applied. So stick around, we'll be right back. Okay, and after about a good 15-20 minutes, excuse me, The Fang White has fully dried. So now I'll take my Caboose Red from Archive X. We'll start laying this color down. We'll let that coat dry and then finish the rest of it up off camera. And once it's dry, we'll come back and take a look before we unmask. Be right back. All right, it's been about a good 20 minutes or so. So let's go ahead and start pulling off the silly putty and see how we did. Lines are nice and clean. Red is really beautiful. Very nice. Very clean. Red came out really gorgeous. Let's peel around the underside of the helmet here. This is the most satisfying part of doing this, is peeling off your masking to see how good of a job you actually did. Oh, beautiful. Very clean looking. I'm really happy with how that turned out. Zero touch-up work to do at all. Zero overspray on any of the blue or Dredd skin whatsoever. Really, really nice. I'm very happy with how that turned out. We have a judge. And in case you're wondering, the press and seal does not leave any kind of a tacky residue on your paint. Any way, shape, or form. God, I'm so happy with that. So now we have the red laid down around the sides of the helmet and the underside. Came out really gorgeous. I am so happy with that. That's crazy. Nice, smooth, even finish with that red. All right, I'm going to pause this real quick, seal him off, let that dry, and we'll come back and lay down some black on the badge as well as on the chain and the zipper. And is there anything else we need to do on him? God, I don't believe so, other than once I get all that done, I'll lay down the gloss. That'll look really sharp. All right, stick around. We'll be right back. Okay, Dredd is flat sealed. And as you could tell from when I undid the masking, I am overjoyed with how good this looked. The red came out gorgeous. Just absolutely, I'm tickled with this. This is great. I'm having so much fun doing this. It's crazy. So now we're going to lay down coal black from Pro Acryl on the chain, the zipper, and the zipper pull and the helmet badge. And then we'll lay down some gold on the chain and the zipper pull, and then I believe I might just use gold instead. I was going to use brass, but I'll just use gold for the whole thing. But yeah, really happy with how this is turning out. Zoom out. switch up to a wider brush. Let's see here. I'll go ahead and finish the rest of this off camera. We'll come back and we'll start laying down the gold. All right, we're back. It is tomorrow, as I stated, should have stated, but unfortunately I didn't realize that my microphone had died on me through the last part of the video, so I apologize for the lack of sound. Basically, it was just explaining the painting of the gold and on both the chain and on the badge. I used iridescent deep gold from Golden Fluid Acrylics, and then iridescent gold from Golden's High Flow acrylic line over coal black from Pro Acryl. I do apologize for the lack of sound toward the end, but this is the final result. I did all this off camera today, and it was going to be the satin coat on the helmet and the gloss coat on the badge, the visor, and the chain as well. So on the helmet, I wound up using Createx 4051 satin finish. There's about 3 coats on there all together. Came out really, really beautiful. Very thin coats that I put down, drying in between each one, but it actually deepened that blue a little bit more, and the red pops out as much as, even more than it did, can't even speak today, even more than it did before. Now for the badge, the visor, and the chain, I wound up using Pledge Revive It Floor Gloss as the sealer. Yeah, you're seeing that right. The floor gloss itself is a great sealer, all brushed on. The metallic in that deep gold on that badge really, really stands out even more so now than it did before, and it's protected, so it's not going to fade. And same with the gold on the chain and on the zipper to seal that off. Still has that beautiful reflective gold tone that I like, that I'm really, really happy with. And then for the visor, there's about 5 coats of that very same floor gloss brush painted onto that visor and allowed to dry in between each coat. But overall, I am extremely pleased with how fantastic this came out. My thanks to Michael White for doing such an incredible sculpt the way that he did. Could not be happier with this. So that will conclude part 2 of Dredd versus Mean Machine, work in progress. Tomorrow I will be starting up part 3, which will be the flesh tones on Mean Machine, and hopefully getting the base coat on the metal part of his head and the rest of the metal parts in his body. And that's going to be a lot of fun, even more so than Judge Dredd was. I think this is going to turn out fantastic. So for this episode of Dredd versus Mean Machine, work in progress part 2, this has been the Figure Kit Garage. Everybody stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. Build a kit.